The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 121 of our daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Silver Metallic Vintage Feel Jerry's Nugget playing cards. So, without further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. Here we have like a glossy it's more of like a semi-gloss kind of finished tuck box here. You got the gloss like white, kind of like standard part of the tuck box here. Then you got the silver like metallic colorway here, just behind, with the Jerry's Nuggets logo here on top. On the side, you got Jerry's Nuggets there in that silver metallic colorway. Same thing on the other side there. On the bottom, you got some information here where it says this is it's the vintage feel version here. It says the vintage feel was carefully made using Jerry's Nugget finish. In order to duplicate this as best as possible, the Jerry's Nugget of the feel of the original 1970 deck, made by PCR Expert Playing Card Company, which was licensed by Jerry's Nugget Casino. Then on the back, you've got the same design on the front and back, so technically a sneak peek of the back design there. Here you got the standard off-center stamp style seal there with the white outline spade there, and it is a blue stamp style seal there with a little thin white border. You got the thin outline spade there that says the Expert Playing Card Company. And then you got North Las Vegas, Nevada there. And then on the inside of the tuck flap here, you got nothing there except for a jumbo, the old kind of vintage kind of jumbo little flap here. And there's nothing on the inner tuck flaps here, just that like glossy finish white. Now if I take the cards out of the box, on the inside tuck box, it's just plain white. Nothing too fancy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box here, now we'll take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back design here. Here you have this standard Jerry's Nuggets back design here. It is a mirrored back design with that standard white border going around. And you got the silver metallic colorway for the back design on this one. That's the colorway. And then it is a mirrored back design, so I'm going to flip the cards over. And it's the same design in both directions there. And now for the cards you get with the deck. Here you get two identical jokers, with both a Joker in the corners. And you got compliments of Jerry's Nuggets, or Jerry's Nugget, North Las Vegas, Nevada, and the Jerry's Nugget logo there. And then we get to the custom Ace of Spades here, standard Jerry's Nugget Ace of Spades. Here, we just got a little bit of like text down below, and then you got that spade there with that little fancy design there in the middle, with the black and white spade there. And the rest of the spades here are pretty much just standard spades here. And the rest of for the quick cards, the Jack, Queen, and King of Spades here are just the standard quick cards and standard faces there. Nothing too different about them. For the diamonds here, you got the standard diamond faces here. And then for the quick cards, Jack, Queen, and King of Diamonds, standard quick card, standard faces, and standard colorway there. Same thing with the clubs, standard club pips there. Jack, Queen, and King of Clubs here. Standard quick card, standard faces, standard colorway. Then you got the standard clubs. And onto the hearts. Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts here. Standard quick card, standard faces, standard colorway. And the rest of the hearts here are just that standard heart design. And there's no extra cards other than the two jokers in the deck. There's only 54 cards in this deck. And now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And one thing I gotta say before we start handling these, there is like a different kind of like texture to the cards because these are the vintage feel version of the cards. So they definitely, you can tell they have some kind of different like feel to it. And the cards are slightly more shiny kind of coat to it. And the cards are definitely thicker cards. You'll notice that when I started handling these. So on to the springs. And the springs for these cards are definitely a little bit like stiffer. So you have to put a little bit more pressure and effort into like bending the spring them. These cards are pretty smooth so far. There might be a slight bit of clumpiness because they're still like brand new, like barely shuffled yet. So you kind of have to break them in for them to get more like, feel nice and smooth. And it is like the vintage feel, so it's a little bit kind of different. Slightly different handling. But overall, still pretty smooth. Not like too many issues there. Now on to the fans. Well, as you can see, they spread nice and evenly here. You can see all the different pips and numbers here. There's no stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. They fan pretty smoothly every time. Now on to the Pharaoh. And as you can see, they do not want a Pharaoh whatsoever. They're really clumpy there. So if I just pull them apart, I'll try again. A little better that time, but still not the best. They do definitely don't want a Pharaoh in this direction. So we'll try a giant fin of the back design. Still kind of worked. Now for that reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh is a lot more smoother. As you can see, they interlock nice and evenly there. Now for a giant fin of the faces. Now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. These are definitely a thicker stock of card. These cards are definitely thicker. You can definitely notice it when you try to riffle these. It's definitely not a deck review if I don't drop any cards every once in a while. Like I just keep dropping them. These cards definitely feel like slightly different because I like the vintage feel to it. So they're a little bit clumpy when riffling them, but they will get a little bit smoother once you like riffle them more. Once you break them in, they'll get a little bit more smoother. Because sometimes they feel smooth, but then other times they feel clumpy. So it just depends on how you shuffle it. But they still not too bad. But they could be a little bit better. So just gotta break them in probably to get them to feel better. Now for a few packet cuts. No issues with the packet cut ability. Pretty standard packet cut ability there. Now for the one-handed cut or Australia cut. And now for the dribble. Since the cardstock is a little bit more thick, you got more of a little clickiness to the dribbles here. But they're still pretty smooth. You got that smooth dribble there. So no real issues with the dribbles. Now for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, overall, like I say, the cards look fantastic and they handle fantastic. And a simplistic Jerry's Nuggets back design here. I quite like the silver metallic back design colorway there. It makes the logo pop out. And this vintage kind of feel to it is definitely different. It's a unique kind of like feel and finish on the cards, which is always kind of nice to see different type of stocks and finishes on cards. It's always nice to experiment every once in a while, but they still handle pretty decent. Not like 100% perfectly. They're a little bit like a thicker stock, so they're harder to bend and stuff in certain times. But they're still pretty decent. You just gotta break them in for them to feel even better. So I hope you enjoyed. And oh yeah, you got the nice standard faces there, so anyone can use the cards. So I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 121 of your daily deck review. This has been the Silver Metallic Vintage Feel Jerry's Nuggets playing cards. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.